Well, what a gospel. Did you hear that gospel? These 10 lepers, they were sick, they were in need, they weren't whole. These lepers go to Jesus. They go to talk to Jesus. We might say that the lepers were praying. When we talk to God, when we pray to Jesus, that's what we're doing. We're encountering Him. We're talking with Jesus. So they go to pray to Jesus. They open their hearts to their needs. They want to be whole. They want to be healed. And this is the part of the gospel that always strikes me, is that Jesus says to them, "Go show yourselves to the priests." Now, I would have loved to have been there at that moment as the lepers maybe kind of look at one another and look at Jesus and, well, okay. They turn around and they start walking to the priests. Because here's the part that we can't miss. Remember that the gospel says that while they were on their way to the priests, they were healed. They weren't healed immediately. They said their prayers. They were hoping that Jesus would hear their prayers for healing, for wholeness, for what they needed. And then they were told to turn and go walk away. I have to believe that at least some of them, one of them, would have said to the other, "Wait a minute. I thought Jesus could heal us. I thought that Jesus could make us whole. I thought that He was the one who would be able to hear our need and answer it." So they're walking away. What is this all about? One of the reasons why I'm so thankful for that moment is because isn't that your life and my life? Isn't that our life of prayer? That so many times we can go to God and open our hearts in prayer, in honesty. God, this is what I need. Sometimes it may be for ourselves. Sometimes it might be for those that we hold dear in our hearts. On this Veterans Day, certainly we lift up all veterans and what their need might be. God, hear my prayer. You can do it. And yet, so often it can seem, has Jesus understood my need? Has Jesus heard my prayer? The lepers, like us, they have a place on their journey in life where they pivot at a critical moment. And it's this moment where Jesus is hearing their prayers, He is meeting their needs, He is bringing them to wholeness, but it's happening in a way and in a time that was unexpected by them. And because it took some time, I just wonder, those other 9 that didn't go back to Jesus, maybe they started to lose their understanding that God was with them all the time. The one that did go back certainly kept that bigger perspective, that larger perspective. Yes, I'm healed, I'm made whole, my need was answered, and God is the one who answered it. I had to cooperate in faith. I had to walk to the priest. I had to, walk away from that moment of prayer, knowing that God heard it and is answering it, even if I can't see it on my own body. But God is with me. God is there to answer my prayer. It's happening. So when that one leper, when he was healed, boy, he turned right around and went back to Jesus in thanksgiving. I know it was you, O Lord, who answered my prayer, who saw my need, who knows the ache of my heart. I think sometimes in life we can be walking in prayer with God, but then because it is not in our time that God answers our prayer, that we can lose sight that He is always with us. And maybe that's part of why those other 9 didn't return. Their life just kept going on, and they started to lose faith that God is with them. Today we come together in prayer. Today we come together celebrating our faith. And we do so on Veterans Day when we give particular prayer and thanksgiving for all the women and men who serve in our armed forces, who keep our freedoms strong. We might not see them every single day. But the men and women of the military forces continue to serve us, to protect us. In some ways, as St. Augustine said, the role of the military is a role of charity, to take care of brothers and sisters, to be able to lay down your life for all those who might not be able to do it on their own, but who need our strength and protection. So in the person today of Technical Sergeant Ryan Breyer, for his family, his beautiful wife Danielle and young son Finn, they all serve to protect our freedoms. For all of those of you who have served, are serving, for all of those who you support your loved ones as friends and as family members, today truly is a day when our nation stops and says that sometimes God is with us and we can't see Him, but He's always providing us the care, the strength, and the healing we need. And so too our beloved military women and men. They're with us always, protecting our freedoms, and one of the most precious is the freedom to practice our faith. May God bless them always.